On this first March episode of Outlook TV, Vancouver's next drag superstar,
the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence,
Carlotta Girls' 4th anniversary, and much, much more. Welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Dan Doomshaw. Outlook TV is the queer news magazine show that brings you queer stories from coast to coast that matter the most.
And we're going to start off today's show the way we like to start off a lot of our shows, with Connie Smudge.
Connie is up to something new and delicious.
Delicious? I hear it's something to do with Hot Smudge Sundays?
Hot Smudge Sundays brunch with a drag show. Connie?
Hi, my kittens. This is your intrepid reporter, the unstoppable Connie Smudge, reporting from Davie Street outside the Junction, where I have a new, fabulous, delicious brunch show called Hot Smudge Sunday. I want you to come inside because the place is packed, and I'm so excited to invite you in. Come on, let's go and check out the people!
One little girl in a pale pink coat had lay.
So our inaugural sailing of the Hot Smudge Sunday, how are you enjoying it so far?
Excellent. It's a great crowd, a lot of fun.
Isn't it good?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about how you developed the menu and things? It's delicious what you've done.
We wanted to keep it a little bit simple. We stuck with eggs Benny with scrambled eggs on a croissant, quick and easy Junction hash browns.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Excellent.
Deliciousness. I am so spectacular. My little smudge, brunch attendees. Oh, have you got a smudge in front of you right now?
Yeah, it's delicious.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Thanks for making it.
I helped with the hollandaise myself. Do you want to tell the crowd why you invited the fabulous Connie Smudge to come and do an expose delicious brunch here every weekly?
Connie, you know I love you. You've always got so much, you're adventurous. You're full of excitement. You're so much fun. And you know what? I missed out on your brunches the last time round.
I know.
And
Well, you're always
I was excited to bring them back.
Rebecca, are you ready to play a guessing game?
Oh, I like a guessing game.
The title of our next story has to do with a rainbow and a multivitamin.
Okay. Spectrum.
That's right. Gary brings us this story.
Gender identity is fluid. We are here at Random Heart Studio for the launch of the Spectrum documentary. Let's go inside and find out more.
Well, our timeline for this documentary is we are filming over the course of 1 year. In that timeline, we are able to get as many different people of the spectrum as we can, as well as cater to the community and making sure that everyone is represented properly. So we're not rushing this documentary because we want to make sure that it's done well and that we're getting a diverse amount of individuals. It's about meeting people and people coming in that we haven't met and that we get their stories interested and that they want to sign up for an interview. So that's what today's about.
Jumping from this plane, no, I'm not insane. I don't need a parachute. I've lost my route. Don't know where.
I'm a musician and a social activist and a genderqueer advocate, and I work with young people. I'm going to be doing some of the music for the documentary, as well as I will be one of the people being interviewed.
When all you see is ocean all around, what do you crave?
I think that being who you are, being able to artistically express it and to have other people connect with that is the most important thing anyone
can do. You're a girl, boy, girl, fingers clenched and uncurled.
People are scared to talk about gender as they feel it is a sexual thing, and that feels taboo to them in some way. So we're wanting to show that gender is an awesome thing that you can celebrate, and it's not something to be scared about talking about.
Our body's the only home we ever knew.
What I'm really excited about with this documentary is that it's going to be about starting a conversation. And that means that it's not about any of the people who are facilitating the documentary imposing their ideas on anyone who's coming. It's about us creating a safer space and inviting anyone who wants to discuss their gender or gender in general to come here and share their images and their stories, and to hopefully feel safe enough to open up into dialogue with other people, because we're working with the principle that dialogue is where things come out.
Showing my grin, this sin is insatiable.
And if people want their story to be part of the documentary, how do they get in contact with you?
If they want to be part of this documentary, they can go to our website, www.spectrumdocumentary.ca, and they can click on a button that says Join the Conversation. And so if they contact us that way, then we can have them part of the film.
And it's time again for us to take just a little break.
Stay with us because we've got more stories coming right after this.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
Our next story is one of great interest.
Our Russian update takes us to Vancouver and Moscow. First, we go to the Vancouver offices of Out on Screen, where we met with Metha Brown, panel judge for the Russian LGBT Film Festival in St. Petersburg, Russia.
The audience was remarkable. It was incredibly diverse. You can tell that the organizers, Manny, Gulia, and Masha, have done quite a lot of work to build community between different portions of the community. So you have people not only from very, very different sexual or gender identities, but you also have people from very, very different professional walks of life, people from very different parts of the city. You'll have folks from lawyers to sex workers to bankers to educators to filmmakers. And then you'll also have people that are from right in the center, which is sort of the arts district, all the way out to the very margins of St. Petersburg before it dwindles out into the countryside.
Tell us about the film your panel selected.
The one that won for the short film category was by Olga Privolnova. And in terms of films that really celebrate what is queer love during times of restriction and persecution, seeing actual queer and trans lives, seeing people in conversation with their partners about what queer love means and what it does for them was extraordinary.
How can we help?
There is a vibrant queer scene that needs support in Russia from the rest of the world. And so to the degree that Canadians and queer film lovers can be partners in making sure that they get the support that they need for both their art and their people and their community and advancing the fight that they're fighting, to the degree that we can show up and be good partners in that is incredibly important to them and should be to us.
Now from Moscow, we have Askold Kurov, co-director of the film Children 404, to update us on the trial of Elena Klimova.
Elena Klimova, the founder of Children 404 online group, was found guilty for gay propaganda. But now she's waiting for appeal. Finally, we'll find that she's guilty. Then she will be fined for 50,000 Russian rubles, even less than $1,000. But after that, all these websites and online group will be blacklisted and banned in Russia.
Askold, what happened on your recent visit to the Ukraine?
When I visited Kiev last time, LGBT young people club, they have special event in order to support Children 404 group, and I visited them, and I felt that people, LGBT people in Ukraine can feel much more free.
With the Ukrainian situation on the minds of most Russians, the persecution of LGBTQ people takes a back seat. But for how long? This is Gary Wolfader for Outlook TV.
Our next story brings us to a very interesting set of characters. You may have seen them at some parties around town. You definitely would have a hard time missing them. It's the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence.
And Carol got to meet them all.
I'm Carol Delinko with Outlook TV here at this show Unveiled, which is celebrating 5 years of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence here in Vancouver.
Because I knew you. Because I knew you.
It started in August 2009. I was at a Radical Fairy gathering and felt a calling to the sisters. And so started to work to find friends who were going to join me to make this happen. We took our first vows in February 2010 and started trying to work with the community, build a presence, put on events, raise money, and start to support our community. And that took about 2 years before we were recognized by the International Order to be on our own and be a fully professed house.
And it's not an easy process to become a sister. You don't just get a membership card.
Correct, there is. It takes about a year to go through our membership process, and that's because we want to make sure people really understand what it means to be a sister and what it means to serve our community. So the vows that we take are to serve the community, to spread joy, and to banish guilt.
Blessed be. This is your show. Congratulations. Fantastic photographs. The response so far is amazing. That's got to feel pretty great.
It feels pretty wonderful, yes. When I first started the project, I wanted to do portraits of them in whiteface on a beautiful white background like they're walking through heaven's door. And the project didn't really feel fully formed, and my friend Robin Thoma suggested that I photograph them also without their makeup to show them what they're like underneath their makeup, and that's how we came up with, like unveiled.
Did it feel different photographing them with or without makeup? Was there a different energy through the camera lens?
Yeah, they were a little more vulnerable without the makeup, I found, and plus they were wearing less clothing. So.
I'm the current elected Reverend Mother of the Vancouver House.
And what does that mean exactly?
It means I get to be the mean one. I'm basically at board meetings and whatnot. I run the board meeting. I move it along. I say we've spent enough time talking about that. I keep it moving, that sort of thing.
Do you have a whip for that or anything special?
My tongue.
When I joined the sisters, I wasn't in the makeup industry yet. Actually, doing my face and kind of studying whiteface and all that actually inspired me to go to Blanche McDonald. And then they went, oh my God, you're perfect for this industry. Here, have a scholarship. And then I was like, here, have another scholarship. And I'm like, I guess I'm going to Blanche McDonald. We kind of take initiative on different projects. I personally, even before I was a sister, I always volunteered for AIDS Vancouver. And then we also volunteer at their holiday grocery every year. So we come and we sing naughty carols, which is always fun. And we also donated $1,000 towards the grocery fund as well.
I'm Carol Delinko for Outlook TV. I've had an amazing evening here with the sisters. We'll see you on the next Outlook TV.
Up next, Gareth C.J. Weed checks out the Rainbow Clinic.
What color will he come out?
Men who have sex with men have not been able to donate blood for decades. But it changes today. Men who have sex with men can donate blood here at NetCAD at UBC.
So the blood that's being donated in this clinic, where we're very happy to have MSM people come and donate blood here, it's going to all of the other things that we need to do to modernize the blood system. And so that might include things like developing a new piece of protocol for how we're actually manufacturing blood components from the donation. In order to do that in a biological manufacturing environment, which is what a blood center is, we need to be able to test everything. We need to be able to test the new procedure, we need to be able to test new pieces of equipment, and it takes blood to do that testing. So that's what all the blood that's collected in here is primarily going to helping us modernize the Canadian blood system and make it the best that we can make it. Canada changed the deferral for MSM from a lifetime deferral if you'd had sex with another man. A man who had sex with a man even once since 1977 used to be permanently deferred from donating blood. And then a year and a half ago, we were able to get permission from Health Canada, which is the regulatory authority that controls the blood system. We were able to get permission to change that deferral to a 5-year deferral period, recognizing that still excludes a large majority of people who have MSM experience and still can't donate. But it was a first step down that path. So the question that we had before us was, could we show Health Canada that this would be a safe practice, and could we convince the patient community who bear all the risk of any changes we make to blood system, can we demonstrate to them that this change was a safe practice? And so Canada was one of a small handful of countries who've actually changed from a permanent deferral. We will collect data for 2 years, see what the data look like, go back to Health Canada, have another discussion with the patient community, and see whether it's time for us to lower that barrier further.
Opportunity to save millions of lives is why I donate here, of course, because I can't donate elsewhere is another reason for me. But if you think about it here, one donation here, maybe they make some advancement, maybe they make some discovery of sorts, and it changes the future of the blood system, and potentially saving millions of lives through that. So it is very important to donate here, just as it is to donate for transfusion purposes. You never really know what can come out of that donation. Well, I was pretty invested in the MSM policy for some time, and recently in my social work degree, I took a policy class, and in that class I had the chance to do a policy review, and I chose the MSM policy. And so I got back into the discussion about this, and I've been actually donating here at this lab for 5 years. So I already kind of have a relationship with them. So I thought, why don't we partner and see if we can come up with some event that invites the community out and starts the conversation up from a different way to create new dialogue around an old issue. I didn't really know what to expect. No, it was slow going at first, the very low numbers of appointments, but in the last few days, especially with a lot of the media that's been happening, it kind of just blew it out the water a little bit. So I'm really happy with the turnout. Overall, the support is good. You know, it's there's momentum and there's movement, and I think that is something that a lot of the community is recognizing.
From NetCat Clinic in Vancouver, this is Gareth CJV for Outlook TV.
And it's time again for us to take just a little break.
Stay with us. We will be right back.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
Our next story brings us to a milestone in the gay community of Vancouver. It's 4 years of cartwheels for Carlotta Girl. She celebrated her 4th anniversary of her fabulous drag show, and Angus was there to catch it.
Excitement's building here in Vancouver as we get ready for Carlotta Girl's 4th anniversary Absolutely Dragless show.
I am fantastic. I'm so excited. I'm overjoyed to be here this evening.
I understand tonight's a special night.
It certainly is. I've been doing the show here at the Junction nightclub for the last 4 years, and tonight is my 4-year anniversary of Absolutely Dragulous.
Oh, it is very exciting. It's Carlotta Girl's 4th year anniversary show for the Absolute Dragulous. We're really looking forward to it. It's already quite the crowd.
Hello, I'm John.
I'm Michael.
And these are my loyal fans.
Yay.
And I'm Carlotta Girl. Come from Newfoundland, Labrador, very small town with big dreams of being a star. I came all the way to Vancouver and worked really, really hard, performed in every local establishment I could, and I had met some great people along the way, had some great mentors, some amazing friends and sisters who helped me out along the way. And I cultivated my craft and brought myself to this point where I'm now doing a regular show here at the Junction nightclub called Absolutely Dragulous every Saturday night. Well, I brought the creme de la creme here this evening. I couldn't have everybody because I try to showcase all of Vancouver's amazing talent, such a wealth of talent in this city. But tonight I tried to have some seasoned professional girls, some newer fun girls, some amazing, incredible dancers, and all around an amazing array of artists here this evening.
Well, I've been here pretty much every single night since Carlotta started, and I would not miss this for the world.
It's our 4th year tonight. We're here to celebrate it and just have the blast of our lives.
Well, golly, I'm out here to support Carlotta Girl. We've been friends for years, and it's our 4-year anniversary tonight, so I thought I'd come down and do a little number.
What are you doing here this evening?
We are coming down to support our fantastic sister who we love to death, Carlotta Girl, on her 4th anniversary show for Absolutely Dragulous.
Well, she asked me to do Deborah Cox, so I'm going to be doing Nobody's Supposed to Be Here, a slow to fast version.
Fan of Carlotta, huge fan. I've been here for almost 4 years, every Saturday night. So that's over 200 Saturday nights. I never miss a show, and I love it.
We are backup dancing for Carlotta Girl.
Yeah, for the finale piece actually. So.
Now, have you done this with Carlotta before?
Yeah. Well, he just moved here from Prince George.
Yeah. So it's my first performance with her.
Yeah. But I've performed with her for Pride, Vancouver Pride, on the TD float too. So I love performing with her. She has so much energy. She's a great individual, and she actually does a lot for Vancouver community.
Next up, we're going to take you to celebrities for Vancouver's next drag superstar.
Who will it be? Tell us, JP.
I'm John Paul Payne, and I'm outside Celebrities Nightclub here on Davy Street, right in the heart of Vancouver. And tonight it's the final of Vancouver's next drag superstar, and everybody's eager to get inside. So follow me, and let's get inside and meet some queens.
I'm on vacation.
I think last year the thing I was most excited for above the prize was judging the next year, because I used to direct theater, I used to be in theater, and so coming from that side, I really wanted to give the queens some real guidance, not just, oh, you look good or your hair could be bigger. I wanted to really give them some critique that I feel like could advance their drag career.
Every year we try to change what the competitors have to do so they can't figure out what we're doing. And this year we made them all write a business plan of what they would want their own show to look like if they were given that opportunity. I think you're going to see these queens quite regularly now. A lot of them I've never seen before until 4 weeks ago when we started this. And there's so much amazing talent out there, and that's why I love doing this sort of thing. It brings those girls that you don't normally see on stage and gives them that opportunity to get on it. Exactly.
This year's really blown up to a much bigger anticipation of newer queens, outside queens, East Van queens, and even queens from Mission.
What would your advice be for them tonight?
My advice is just to remember that the crowd is your winning vocal. So if you're going to go on stage with a face like this, you're not going to get a lot of smiles. But if you go on a stage like this, hello, hi, you're really quite more opening and a lot more friendly. You'll get a lot more communication from people, and that's the stage connection that you want to make. That's my best advice.
Who has been the standout contestant for you in this competition, or has there been one?
Yeah, actually, you know what? There is Ilona has been my favorite so far this year. She's a quiet little girl from Mission, and I'm from Mission as well, so I get the fact of living out in the middle of nowhere and having not a lot of a gay culture around you. She's really blossomed, and she's a fellow makeup artist that's just beginning her career, so I think she's grown the most and really opened up the most to a lot of the audience, and became the underdog to really blossom into the whole thing.
How has your life changed, really, since you've shot this huge celebrity?
Well, I'm avoiding gluten, and that's really exciting. I'm not a celebrity. I'm at celebrities in Vancouver. I'm a novelty. I'm just, doing my job.
Are we getting the Willem book?
It's currently being worked on. I'm unemployed at the moment, so I'm working my hardest. I'm type. And then hopefully it'll be out soon. It's called Suck Less, Where There's a Willem, There's a Way.
What would your star advice be to the queens that are going to perform tonight?
Last one should have shaved her back a little better. Because she is a little more than peach fuzz. It looked like watermelon hair.
The winner of Vancouver's next drag superstar is Jane Smoker. Congratulations. This is John Paul Payne for Outlook TV.
Unfortunately, that is all the time we have for this, the first March episode of 2015.
And fortunately, our reporters are already in the community getting stories for our next episode.
And hey, why don't you join us by being one of our volunteers? You can go out and get stories, you can edit, you can do whatever you'd like here at Outlook TV.
We'll take anyone from across Canada who has an interest in sharing their stories with the rest of the country. For Outlook TV, I'm Dan Dunshaw.
And I'm Rebecca Wyman.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, and stay fabulous, Canada.